Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Wednesday. It is 4th of June. It is Jyeshta Masa or Trivikrama Masa, Sukla Paksham, Navami Tithi. There are no Vaishnava events today. So we are coming neither to Ekadasi. Ekadasi is on Friday. Okay, so that is Pandava Nirjala Ekadasi. Even total fast from the water. If any Ekadasi has been broken during the year, so this would cover all of those. So it is just an alert to prepare. Okay, so apart from that, no events today, we shall quickly move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Uddhava speaking to Vidura about Krishna's pastimes in a summary way. So yesterday he was speaking about the killing of Bhaumasura, who is the son of Mother Earth. So he was trying to swallow this entire sky, and then so in other way he was trying to um, uh, so Sutam Mrudekam Vapusha Grasantam Drishtva Sunabha Unmatitam Dharitriya Kam Vapusha Grasantam. He was trying to swallow the sky with his body. Sutam Mrude Kam Vapusha Grasantam Drishtva Sunabha Unmatitam Dharitriya Amantritaha Tattanayaya Shesham Dhatva Tadantaha Puramavivesha. And then after whatever the kingdom he has won in that battle after killing Narakasura, he has written it back to Tattanayaya Shesham, to his son, that is Bhagadatta, son of Bhaumasura, who is the grandson of Mother Earth, on the request of Mother Earth. Daritriya Amantritaha. Daritriya Amantritaha, on the request of Mother Earth, by her prayers. Datva, so he has given Tad Antaha Puramavivesha. After that, the Lord has entered into Antapura of the Bhaumasura, where he has kept all the princesses. Bhaumasura has kidnapped so many of the princesses, daughters of the kings in a different countries like that. And he has brought 16,000 of princesses like that and captured in his palace. So likewise, Buddha is continuing that after Lord has entered into the palace, and then there he has seen all these 16,000 princesses there, and then those princesses looking at Krishna with so much of shy and eagerness, and they have offered themselves to be Krishna's wives. Everyone are praying that I want this man to be my husband. Likewise, all of them, and then Krishna accepted them as his wives. Okay, likewise Uddhava is saying. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, third chapter, and verse number 7. तत्राहृतास्ता नरदेव कन्याः कुजेन दृष्ट्वा हरिमातबन्धुम् उत्थाय सद्योज्जगृहुः प्रहर्ष व्रीडानुराग प्रहीतावलोकैः तत्र आहृतास्ता नरदेव कन्याः. So tatra ahृतास्ता. So there inside the house of Narakasura in that palace, Tatra Ahrutastaha, and he has kidnapped Taha, all those Naradeva Kanyaha, so the daughters of many kings. Tatra Ahrutasta Naradeva Kanyaha. So princesses are inside the house of Narakasura. Kujena, because he has kidnapped Kujena by the demon Narkasura. Drishtva Harim Atabandhum, and by seeing Krishna, Harim, the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Atabandhum. So this Naradeva Kanya, they are looking at Krishna. Drishtva Harim Atabandhum. Krishna is the friend of the distressed people. Krishna is the friend of the distressed, Atabandhum. And what they did? Uttaya Sajjo, and they have immediately got up, then and there itself. Uttaya Sajjo, Jagruhu Praharsha, and with so much of happiness and joyfulness and shyness, Jagruhu Praharsha Vreda Anuraga, with attachment as well. Praharsha Vreda Anuraga. One is the joyfulness, shyness, and attachment. Anuraga. Prahita Avalokaihi. Prahita Avalokaihi. And by eager glances, they wanted to offer themselves as the wives of Krishna. Krishna is the friend of all the distressed. So likewise, Uddhava is speaking to Vidura. Tatrastha Nareva Kanyaha Kujena Drishtva Harimata Bandham Uttai Sajjo Jagruho Praharsha Vrida Anuraga Prahitavalokaihi. So translation. There in the house of the demon, all the princesses kidnapped by Narakasura at once became alert upon seeing the Lord, the friend of the distressed. They looked upon him with eagerness, joy, and shyness, and offered to be his wives. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request Usha Mantaji to read the purport, please?
Yes, Hare Krishna. Narkasura kidnapped many daughters of great kings and kept them imprisoned in his palace. But when he was killed by the Lord and the Lord entered the house of demon, all the princesses were enlivened with joy and offered to become his wives, because the Lord is the only friend of the distressed. Unless the Lord accepted them, there would be no chance of their being married, because the demon kidnapped them from their father's custody, and therefore no one would agree to marry them. According to Vedic society, girls are transferred from the custody of the father to the custody of the husband. Since these princesses had already been taken away from the custody of their fathers, it would have been difficult for them to have any husband other than the Lord Himself. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Take it.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So, so here Prabhupada is describing, it is straightforward paragraph. It is how the customs, how the Vedic tradition is, and stressing that, and all these princesses were enlivened with joy and offered to become his wives, because the Lord is only the friend of distressed. Tasyavalokum adhikam krupayati ghora. So there very beautifully describes when we are yogis meditate on the Lord's beautiful form. It is like Sokasa Sagara Vishoshanam Ati Udharam. Hasavalo. And whenever by looking at the face of the Lord, Muken Lokati Harasmitena, Parispurit Kundala Manditena, Sonaitena, the Bimbabasa, Pratyarhyantum Tunasenu Subhrava. That form is like that. The beauty of the face of the Lord, it is once we see it, all our distress will be just evaporated. Simply just like that. So that's why he's always called Arthabandhu. Okay, and here coming to this Narakasura, he kidnapped so many of these princesses and then kept them. And it is the custody, but still it is the custom that in the villages, if a woman goes out of the home for a night, just one night. She will not be married by any man. So I think there are some strict rules. So she must be under the either custody of the father or the husband. Otherwise, if she is going out, that means no one can trust her character. Otherwise, she must be accompanied by mother or father or the relative. So otherwise, if she is uh, if not known where she is for one night, then no one will accept her. So that is the Vedic tradition. So now these princes were kidnapped by the Narkasura, and then he has kept them in his palace. Now they cannot be married by any of them, any by anyone. So it would be difficult for them to have any husband other than the Lord Himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this one, let us see this one, how Krishna has. So yesterday we were seeing this one, reading this one, how Krishna has killed the Bhaumasura. So Sukadeva Goswami said, thus entreated by goddess Bhumi, in words of humble devotion, the Supreme Lord bestowed fearlessness upon her grandson and then entered Bhaumasura's palace, which was filled with all manner of riches. Second request, Prabhavati Sachimataji, if available, from 33 to 39, please. If not available, that is fine. Meena Mataji, would you like to read?
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Yes.
The Lord Krishna saw 16,000 royal royal maidens Bhama's, whom Bhama had taken by force from various kings. The women became enchanted when they saw that most excellent of males enter in their mind. They each accept him who had been brought there by destiny as their chosen husband. With the thought, Providence grant that this man become my husband. Each and every princess abso- absorbed her heart in contemplation of Krishna. The Lord had the princesses arrayed in clean, spotless garments and then sent them in palanquins to Dwarka together with great treasure of chariot, horses, and other valuables. Lord Krishna also dispatched 64 swift white elephants, descendants of uh, uh, descendants of Airavata, who each sported 4 tusks. The Lord then went to the abode of Indra, the demigod king, and gave Mother Aditi her earrings. There, there Indra and his wife worshipped Krishna and his beloved consort Satyabhama. Then Satyabhama behest the Lord up, uproot, uprooted the heavenly Parijata tree and put it on the back of Garuda. After defeating Indra and all the other demigods, Krishna brought the Parijat to his capital. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, I shall read the rest of it. So once planted, the Parijata tree beautified the garden of Queen Satyabhama's palace. Bees followed the tree all the way from heaven, greedy for its fragrance and sweet sap. Even after Indra had bowed down to Lord Achyuta, touched his feet with the tips of his crown, and begged the Lord to fulfill his desire, that exalted demigod, having achieved his purpose, chose to fight with the Supreme Lord. What ignorance there is among the gods, to hell with their opulence. Then the imperishable Supreme Personality, assuming a separate form for each bride, duly married all the princesses simultaneously each in her own palace. The Lord, performer of the inconceivable, constantly remained in each of his queen's palaces, which were unequaled and unexcelled by any other residence. There, although fully satisfied within himself, he enjoyed with his pleasing wives, and like an ordinary husband, he carried out his household duties. Thus, those women obtained as their husband the husband of the goddess of fortune, although even great demigods like Brahma do not know how to approach him. With ever increasing pleasure, they experienced a loving attraction for him, exchanged smiling glances with him, and reciprocated with him in ever fresh intimacy, replete with joking and feminine shyness. Although the Supreme Lord's queens each had hundreds of maidservants, they chose to personally serve the Lord by approaching him humbly, offering him a seat, worshipping him with excellent paraphernalia, bathing and massaging his feet, giving him pan to chew, fanning him, anointing him with fragrant sandalwood paste, adoring him with flower garlands, dressing his hair, arranging his bed, bathing him, and presenting him with various gifts. Okay, so in such a way, all the 16,000 princesses after marrying Krishna. So Krishna has changed his form according to the if the one of the prince if she is long, and Krishna also grows arranges himself like a bigger than her. And if she is short, he is just suitable to fit to match that princess. Krishna accepted 16,000 forms to marry and to live with each and every wife in her palace separately. So this is Krishna's opulence. So here one thing, Brahma, by looking at Krishna, so you see, those women obtained as their husband the husband of goddess of fortune. Although even great demigods like Brahma do not know how to approach Krishna. So Krishna is marrying all these wives like that possibly. So he might be confused how Krishna is managing all these things. Okay, likewise, this is beautifully described how Krishna is. And also these women, they're again बुद्धाम भव पिशुनामुल वल्गुहासा व्रीडावलोकनिहितो मदनोऽपि सम्मो सम्मुह्य चापम अजहत् प्रमुदोस्तमास्ता यस्येन्द्रियं विमुदितं कुहकैः न सेकुः. Even though all these women, with their joking and feminine shyness, they are attracting Krishna. Uddhama bhava pisunamala vulguhasa, vridavalokanihatu madhanopiyasam. And then inspiring Krishna for their enchanting loving affairs. But sammuhya chapam adhat pramadottamasta. The Cupid is throwing arrows on Krishna through the wives of Krishna. But Yasyendriyam vimuditohum kuhakaihe nasekuhu. But they could not agitate the senses of Krishna. Yasyendriyam vimuditohum kuhakaihe nasekuhu. Krishna is the self-satisfied Atmarama. Atmaramam Purnakamam Nijalabhir Nityada. When these women are throwing all these glances and ever fresh intimacy replete with joking and feminine shyness with Krishna, it is Nijalabhena Nityada. It is for their benefit only. It is not an ordinary husband as he carried out his household duties. And also their other Hastinapura women are also appreciating these Krishna's wives, 16,108 wives, but especially these 16,100 who are in the Bhaumasura's palace, saying that Etah param setu apasta peshalam nirtha saucham batasadu kurvate yasham guhat pushkara lochanapatihi nadhatu apaiti ahurvi hrudisprushan. So Krishna, he has elevated them, even though Bhatasadu Kurvate, Yetah Param Stritmo Apasta Peshalam, even though they are not purified because they were taken by Bhaumasura. But Nirasta Socham Bhatasadu Kurvate, Krishna has purified them by his touch and marrying them. And in such a way, they were also being respected like the wives of Krishna. And Yasham Gruhat Pushkar Lochanapatihi. So that Supreme Personality of God, he never leaves each and every wife. He always stays in those and by pleases them by giving so many gifts to them. So likewise, many descriptions are given, but each and every wife was thinking like Krishna is always with me and he's my pet husband. Likewise, and then see they used to uh, serve Krishna like that. When it is a great opportunity for women to serve the husband and treat her husband like anything. See, it's a great opportunity that the wives they are always in the servitude mode to the husband. Then they will derive most pleasure. See this one, fanning him, anointing him with fragrant sandalwood paste, adoring him with flower garlands, desiring, dressing his hair, arranging his bed, bathing him, and presenting him with various gifts. It is a great opportunity. Everyone has to serve their husbands like that. It doesn't matter whether their husband is just like a Krishna or not. Irrespective of that, when the wife is doing to their husbands like that, they would see they're in a different angle. They derive most happiness. Okay, so this is a kind of learning lessons from Srimad Bhagavatam. How Krishna's wives are always serving their husband. It doesn't matter whether husband is very beautiful or handsome or black or short. It doesn't matter to us. It is our characteristics as a woman, as a wife. We need to serve the husband just as a matter of your duty, and then adore the husband. Then she would receive all kinds of opulences from him automatically. If women think that, oh, I am also working and I am also beautiful, I am also hands, I can do more better than my husband, then there is no chance for our happiness. Though sure, the women are earning so much of money, but they cannot derive that happiness. There is a money and comforts, but no happiness. Okay, so and this again Parijata tree, even the bees from the heaven, they follow the tree all the way from the heaven, greedy for its fragrance and sweet sap. So very nicely described here. And also one more thing here, Sukadeva Goswami is mentioning, Indra chose to fight with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What ignorance there is among the gods to hell with their opulence. So this is very nicely said. Ahosuranam cha tamodig ajyatam. See, this is Suranam cha tamodig ajyatam. Tamodig. Tama is the ignorance. Suranam of the demigods. What kind of people are they? Even though they have worshipped Krishna along with Sachi Mata. Indra has worshipped Krishna, but immediately he chose to fight with Krishna. And then Sukadeva Goswami is condemning them to hell with their opulence. What is the use of all of their wealth and opulences when they're not able to take the right actions? Okay, so that is one thing when we are puffed up with so much of wealth and opulences. This is once his purpose is solved. We should show gratitude at least. That is on the at least human platform. But as being a demigod, demigods always give benedictions to everyone else, but at least that quality is also diminished. So that's why he was to hell with their opulence. Likewise, Sukadeva Goswami was condemning. Okay, so that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Uddhava is remembering Krishna that Tatrahutasta Nareva Kanyaha Kujena Drishtva Harimata Bandhum Uttayishajjugruhu Praharsha Vridanuraga Prahitavalokaihi. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. So, and also this is Tasyavalokum Krupyate Ghora Tapatriyopashamanaya Nisrushtamakshnoho. Just by the Krishna's glance, one would always really, he will be relieved from all kinds of Tapatriyopashamanaya Nisrushtamakshnoho. So that is described very beautifully by his, how his glances are. One has to keep himself present in front of the deities. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today, letter to Haigreva, August 20th, 1970. So can I request any other devotee to read this letter, please?
Wait, can I read Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
My dear Hargriva, please accept my blessing. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated 5th August 1970 regarding Janmashtami arrangement. It is going on nicely. That it is very encouraging. We have started new Vrindavan in America and it must be finished in the American way to the Vrindavan. There are so many temples. They say 5,000 or in 5,000 or in Vrindavan, every home, every cottage is a temple. As far as possible, try to develop new Vrindavan on this standard. In this coming meeting of Janmashtami, amongst other business, you must have a resolution how to finish the development of new Vrindavan in the right sense of the term. At the same time, please make a nice scheme to purge out the non-Vrindavan spirit that entered in our society. I have received telegram from Vepataka. They have secured a nice place for accommodating at least 30 men, but we are going there only 6 on the 29th of this month. So settle up in the next meeting of GBC to send a list another 20 men, some of them may be women, India without delay. Also to India without delay. I have got a very nice idea at this time to capture the communist communistic people for spreading Krishna consciousness movement. I do not know how far it will be successful, but I wish that all other major movement in the world may be cut down and only the Krishna consciousness movement be taken upon in all seriousness. Krishna Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita to give up all other engagement and take to Krishna only. So Krishna consciousness movement being none different from Krishna, we have to try our best to make this movement predominant all over the world, curbing down all others. You are thinking of money, how to go to India, but I think it is not a problem. Where there is a will, there is a way. If Krishna wants your service in India, there will be no scarcity of money. He will supply you. Let me first of all go go there and I shall write you again what to do next. In the meantime, make the New Vrindavan meetings very successful and send me a report at the following address: ISKCON 3 Hindustan Road, Belgary, Kolkata 29. Offer my blessing to Srimati Sarma Dasi, all blissful Sambha, and all other devotees in New Vrindavan. I thank you very much for your anxiety when I shall come back, and I shall come back as soon as possible. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji, from this letter?
Yes, so Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Here, Prabhupada is writing Hare Giva Prabhuji, like, about the temple in, in America, make it a new Vrindavan. Mm, like in Vrindavan there is like 5,000 temple, and each and every cottage and every replace. So he said we try to make something like that. Uh, and then and in Jalmashtami they having a meeting and and develop new Vrindavan that way. And then there was also mentioned that Jaipataka Maharaj has said that arrange 30 people, but they are only going few people, like 6 people, and then said and yeah, and then they will send another 20 men as well, and also some of the women as well. And there was also here is mentioned that mm, and all and in the and Krishna said only the Krishna consciousness only we have to spread, because in Bhagavad Gita Krishna said that in Krishna consciousness movement being non-different from Krishna. So in Bhagavad Gita it said like Krishna conscious movement is not different than Krishna, and then he just want to all over the world to spread this Krishna consciousness. Hmm. That and also this Harigriva Prabhuji wants to go to India, but he was thinking about money problem, but he just said, and Krishna will arrange all these things if you have any so don't worry about that. And once he go to India, uh, he will arrange and do something. And then he will say that once he go reach India, then he will say what to do next. And yeah, and then he just offering blessing to Srimad Sarmadasi and all that. And yeah, all I think there's something yeah. So if Krishna is, everything can be happen. So and then always Krishna, only we have to do the Krishna consciousness movement to spread all over the world. That is the non-different than Krishna himself. So yeah, there's something I take away.
Thank you, Mataji. Very nicely summarized. Okay, any other comments, dear devotees, that you wanted to add? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. So Prabhupada is, he wanted a new Vrindavana that is in West Virginia. So to make that one, so to bring the Vrindavana's mood there, that is the mood Prabhupada is expecting in the right sense of, see, as far as people try to develop new Vrindavan on this standard. In the Vrindavana, every home, every cottage is a temple. Likewise, Prabhupada is desiring to have such kind of development in New Vrindavan in West Virginia. And also, if there is anything, some kind of Prabhupada was mentioning, where is non-Vrindavan spirit. If there is any non-Vrindavan spirit, then purge out. That entered into our society. That means just having lavish, and then it is not the lavish lifestyle. No, we wanted to have a simple lifestyle. That is the Vrindavana spirit. Okay, so and then further, this is about the, I think it is Mayapur. From Jayapataka Maharaj, he was in the Mayapur. So during that time, he has got some accommodation for our devotees. And so this is another thing Prabhupada wanted to see. I wish that all other major movements in the world may be cut down and only the Krishna consciousness movement be taken up in all seriousness. Because Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita to give up all other engagements and take to Krishna only. So Krishna consciousness movement being non-different from Krishna, we have to try our best to make this movement predominant all over the world, curbing down all others. This is very strong and bold. So we want a proper desire that everyone to be Krishna consciousness. In Krishna consciousness society, means it is Varnashrama Dharma, and then everyone worship only one Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now we have got the Hindu society, but people with different thoughts and ideologies of because of their state of enjoyment, state of consciousness, and because they have been put up in particular circumstances, because of that they approach different demigods like that. But because of ignorance, this is again covering illusory energy and throwing illusory energy. Covering illusory energy, though they are in the same place, in the same country, nearer to the Lord, but they do not take to the Krishna. It is the covering illusory energy. Some of them thrown out of the country, out very far away from the Lord and temples and from the devotees. That is throwing illusory energy. Because of that, many people they do not know. But Prabhupada wanted to spread in such a way that all other movements will be curbed down. Only Krishna consciousness movement will be established throughout the world and taken up in all seriousness. That is the Krishna statement. One has, that is, Krishna says one must sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam saranam raja. So that is Krishna's desire. One has to spread Krishna consciousness. Ishwarasya anumodataha. Okay, so that is whenever one is engaged in spreading Krishna consciousness, then Krishna supplies all kinds of facilities in spreading Krishna consciousness. No scarcity of money, he will supply you. So likewise, Prabhupada is assuring. Okay, and then he is blessings upon all others like Srimad Shyamadasi and all blissful Sambha and all other devotees in Vrindavan. Okay, so likewise, Prabhupada's letter is addressed. That is from Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, so today is Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. We have got Kirtan evening. And the devotees kindly join this evening to sing and glorify Krishna with your kirtans, nice kirtans. And devotees, you choose in different tunes of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra very nicely. There are hundreds of and millions of different tunes. Every tune is a different song, but it is only one Maha Mantra. So nice. Okay, so just a mix of kirtans, bhajans, and then Harinam. Okay, that is at 8 p.m. And dear devotees, if you have got any updates or you wanted to share anything, kindly share. And also on Saturday, there is a Radha Yatra in Manchester. I'm going there. So possibly I may not be available for evening sessions. I request Devashish Prabhuji so to help in the evening if possible.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. On Saturday evening, Prabhuji, I may not be available. So just giving a heads up.
Okay, I'll try to find someone. If I not, then I'll let you know. Unfortunately I'm a bit busy as well this Saturday.
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. Do you have Shiva Govindas Prabhuji or Supriya Gopi Mataji?
Siddhar Prabhu is here, yeah. But I think he's busy. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll get back to you, Prabhu. Haribo.
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, so and devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share anything, kindly share. Hare Krishna. Okay, so if there are no updates, then we shall conclude and continue with further japa. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनन्तकोटि वैष्णववृन्दिके जय श्रील प्रभुपाद
की जय.
Thank you, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.